Navigating the world today as a young man can be very challenging and difficult. Hypersexualized culture, the abundance of nudity, flesh, and skin everywhere we go, from grocery stores to gymnasiums to beach to any public place, women are exposing themselves. But men, we have to take control of our brains. It is our responsibility to not be a slave to a hypersexualized brain. And if you're a man that is struggling with a pornography addiction, this can make finding your freedom so much more difficult, so much more challenging, because you're not just a slave to the screen, you're a slave to your brain. And if your brain is over and hypersexualized, then everywhere you go becomes a triggering environment. So in this episode of The Rebuilt Man, I'm going to share with you 6 ways that I was able to get back control of my brain, desexualize it so that I could find the freedom that I ultimately wanted from pornography. For those of you that are new here, this is The Rebuilt Man. Our mission is to help men become better men by quitting porn and rebuilding their lives. Because back in 2019, my life changed when I got control of these things. And the things that I'm sharing with you in this video are going to help you do exactly the same thing. If you can understand that this is going to be a process, this will be a journey. But man, I gotta tell you, desexualizing your brain is a cheat code. It is a cheat code to unlocking greatness inside of you. It is a cheat code to finding real joy, passion, meaning, and purpose in this world. Because a man that is struggling and is a slave to a sexualized brain is not a man that is experiencing all the joy, all the meaning, all the purpose that his life can bring to him. Because every thought is controlled by his sexual desires. So I'm gonna share with you the 6 tips that I use, 6 ways that back in 2019, I was able to reboot, rewire, but more importantly, desexualize my brain. And the first one should not come by any accident. It shouldn't be new information to you. But if you're looking to desexualize your brain, the first thing you have to do is you have to stop watching pornography. We're here at episode 86 of The Rebuilt Man, and on the YouTube channel, there are thousands of videos sharing tips, tactics, strategies. We put together free resources, free guides, free trainings, everything that you need. We have courses, book, and coaching programs. That if you're truly looking to break free, if you're truly looking to get control of your brain, you have to stop consuming pornography. That has to be the first step that you take. Number 2, this was the second thing that I did, is I got off social media completely for about 90 days. I did a 90-day detox. And for me, this was very challenging because at the time in 2019, one, I was running a marketing agency, and I also had a fitness business that relied on us producing content. So I had to decide, I had to make a tough decision. What was more important? Focusing on building and scaling my business for the next 3 months, or stepping away from some of these things so that I could get back in control of my thought life. I could get back control of how I navigated and saw the world. So many men that I talk to find themselves scrolling social media late at night, and before they know it, one pic, one video, one clip leads them down a spiral, returning back to pornography. And then the guilt, shame, frustration, anger, hopelessness begins to set in. And it's all due to them not making these small changes in their lives. So you got to stop watching porn. I had to get off social media. The next thing I did is I eliminated putting myself into triggering environments. And for me, one of the most triggering environments was the gym. I told you I was running a fitness business at the time. I competed as a bodybuilder. And I opened up this episode by talking about how this world and this culture that we live in today is over and hypersexualized. Listen, man, women aren't going to change the way that they dress. And if anything, it's only to get more and more provocative. But if you truly want control of your life, if you truly want control of your brain, you have to be able to make these sacrificial decisions. And I believe men are called to be strong. I believe we're called to be fit. I believe we need to be training and building our bodies up. So how do we do that without putting ourselves back into the gym? Maybe we invest in a home gym. Maybe we invest in some resistance bands. Maybe we do body weight workouts. If we do need to go to the gym, Show up at 4 a.m. But if you're returning back when it's the most busy, the crowdedness of the gym, and you know every single time you're sitting in between your set, you're browsing around the gym, you're looking for that next peak. You know what I'm talking about here. You have to be willing, once again, to make the sacrifices in your life for the short term to have the success that you want in the long term. So those were three. Those were the first three. I'm going to share with you the next three. But these in and of themselves, getting off of porn, deleting social media, and eliminating yourself from these environments will get you about 80, 90% of the way. The next three are going to be the most crucial, though, because this is what will begin to change the neural structure of your brain. Number 4 here was I introduced a regular gratitude practice. I had heard about the importance and value of this for years, but I never put it into play. Every morning before I would start my day, I would sit aside with a journal and think and ponder and spend some time looking at the things in my life I was grateful for. I would embody those in me. I would ask myself, why are these important? How does this make me feel? I believe this changes our perspective of how we see the world. It puts us in a place where everywhere we go, we're looking for more and more things to be grateful for. Over time, this is shown to increase and improve your mental health by the releasing of certain neurochemicals. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. The next thing that I did is I introduced a daily reflection journaling exercise. So this is the 5th step that I took, the 5th step that you can take. Stop watching porn, get off social media, eliminate yourself from these triggering based environments, introduce a regular gratitude practice, and then introduce a daily reflection journaling practice. Look in. Where did things go well for you throughout the day? Were you living in alignment and in integrity of the man that you say you wanted to be? If you're not, do you have a plan to correct those things moving forward? Where throughout the day did your thoughts begin to take you down a destructive path, but you were able to reel those in and get back control of them? I believe pairing a morning gratitude practice with an evening reflection journaling can be the 2 most powerful ways to bookend your days. If you're somebody that struggles with insomnia, if your thoughts keep you up at night, chances are you have unprocessed thoughts. And having a brain dump, being able to dump things out and think about them and process them on a daily basis allows you to know that everything that you're thinking, everything that you're doing is in alignment with the man that you're aiming at becoming. And that leads us to the 6th thing I did. I stopped thinking about the women that I wanted in my life. I stopped thinking about the type of person that I wanted to date and began to think about who I needed to become in order to attract that ideal mate. I first heard this from Jordan Peterson, but when I really thought about it, I really pondered on it, it made so much sense. So many young men struggle today because they're trying to find the perfect person to complete them instead of saying, who do I need to be to attract the ideal mate? It could be hard to look at yourself and identify your inadequacies. It could be hard to ask the difficult questions about where am I not living up to my potential? Where am I not living up to my standard? Where am I falling short in alignment with the man that God has called and created me to be? So begin to think about the ideal life that you want, but then who do you need to become to create that life for yourself? I can tell you one thing, this will give you a to-do list to work on every single day. And if you're a man that is operating from a perspective of gratitude and you are in alignment with a vision for your life and you're taking proactive and intentional steps every single day towards becoming that man, you will not be controlled by the outside world. You will not be stimulated by the women that are seeking your attention. Because I can tell you, when you begin to work on some of these things, the world is going to work against you. There are women out there that, due to whatever reason, lack of a strong father in the home, past traumas, toxic relationships, they will do everything within their control and within their power to control you and control your thoughts and control your eyes. But brother, if you want to live your life, brother, if you want to live the life that you were put here to live, getting control of your thoughts, getting control of your brain, and desexualizing your brain will be some of the greatest superpowers that you can unlock. So those 6 steps, again, that I took and that you can take for yourself is get off porn. Stop watching porn. We've put together a free training on our 12-step process. Visit www.rebuildsrecovery.com/12 steps, or I'll link that down there in the show notes. Subscribe to this channel. Download these podcasts. But you got to stop watching porn. The next thing is recommend doing a full digital detox off of social media. 30, 60, 90 days. What you'll probably realize is you don't really want to go back. Unless you're somebody that's running a company, running an online business, social media is probably not serving you in any way. Get aligned with your vision. Begin to work towards that. The next thing is eliminating yourself from the triggering based environments. Then introducing a regular gratitude practice and an evening reflection journaling. And then begin to think about the man that you need to be in order to fulfill and live up to your potential. But that's it, guys. 6 steps that I took, 6 steps that all the guys in our program take on a regular basis, and 6 steps that I believe you can take to get control of your brain. Like I said, if you're looking for some help with pornography, visit rebuildsrecovery.com/12 steps. We'll give you access to our 12-step training right away. But make sure to subscribe to this channel, share this video, download these episodes. But Coach Frank at The Rebuilt Man, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.